Mabadiliko, heads and representatives of international organizations, representatives of Africa's youth, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to officiate this opening ceremony of the Africa Food Systems Forum 2023 on behalf of Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. I warmly welcome all delegates, both international guests who have traveled all the way to Dar es Salaam, and all those who are following the proceedings virtually. A special welcome to all farmers who are Africa's breadwinners and bearers of regional and global food security, as well as food price stability. Karibuni sana, you are most welcome. Excellencies, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania is privileged to host this historic summit for the second time. The first time was from 26 to 28 September 2012. And on that note, I thank AGRF Secretariat and their partners for availing us another opportunity and for collaborating with the government of the United Republic of Tanzania in making this summit a reality. The attendance is quite impressive, with an estimated number of over 5,000 from over 70 countries. The content of the summit looks robust, with the program lining up over 350 renowned speakers and practitioners on various topical issues on regional and global food systems. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, safe and nutritious food is among the most basic and universal rights of all humans for survival and well-being. It does not matter how rich or poor we are, whether young or old, male or female. Each one of us equally needs and is divinely entitled to quality food. Nevertheless, with multiple global crises of biodiversity loss, climate change and desertification, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, the right to food has been denied to about a quarter of Africa's population. According to the State of Food Security and Nutrition Report of July 2023, 1 in 5 people in Africa is going hungry. That is more than twice the global average. The number of people experiencing hunger is projected to rise by more than 22 million in 2023, with food import bills in the region estimated at $75 billion US. Such a looming food deficit, coupled with rising import bills and a wide range of nutritional challenges, undermines regional output growth and our drive towards Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. This summit, under the theme Recover, Regenerate, Act, Africa's Solutions to Food Systems Transformation, is a veritable test of our individual and collective resolve to go beyond lofty words and translate them into urgent, concrete actions to foster food systems transformation, capitalizing on our vast land resources, demographic dividend, and a strong, dynamic force of African women. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, The United Republic of Tanzania appreciates food systems transformation initiatives and is committed to coalitions and partnerships such as AGRIF. Our key objectives include realizing SDG 2 and scaling up our potential as a regional and global food granary. And in that regard, food systems transformation has remained a top development agenda, and we have registered several milestones, and I would want to spell out a few examples. First, agriculture in Tanzania is recognized as an engine of inclusive growth and a mainstay of the economy. It employs about 65% of the population, with GDP shares of 27% and 21% for Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar respectively, growing at about 5% annually. The sector contributes about 30% of the total export earnings and supplies 65% of all industrial raw materials in the country. Second, the government has scaled up the budget for agriculture by about 70% over the last 2 years, from $120 million in 2021-22 to $397 million in 2023-24, and we have done that in order to catalyze agriculture and food systems transformation. The increased budget is aimed at transforming agriculture into commercial agriculture and increase the crop subsector growth to 10% by 2030 from the current 5.4%. The initiative also aims at improving extension services and increasing investment in the sector, as well as motivating youth participation in agribusiness through establishing block irrigation farming under what we call as the Building a Better Tomorrow Youth Initiative for Agribusiness. And one of the successful cases in this regard is the Youth Agribusiness Incubation Center called Sokoine University Graduate Entrepreneur Cooperative, or in short, SUGECO. The livestock subsector, Building Better Tomorrow Live, is also being established for beef production and aquaculture. And quite impressive results are already being realized. Tanzania is also leveraging digital technologies for planning, monitoring and evaluation, extension services, marketing, payment systems, and business support services. Third, Tanzania has put in place policies and strategies supportive of food systems. As a result of implementation of fairly robust policies and strategies, Tanzania has had food self-sufficiency ratios of above 100% for over 2 decades. We in Tanzania have also introduced low-cost and long-term agricultural financing to the private sector, including the establishment of a facility at the central bank that enables commercial banks to borrow for onward lending to farmers at single-digit interest rate. We have also recapitalized the Tanzania Agricultural Development Bank and contributing to growth in agriculture financing. Fourth, cognizance of the challenges emanating from climate change, Tanzania has embraced climate-smart agriculture, including regenerative production systems, that is soil health technologies, use of less on-farm inputs like agrochemicals and fertilizers, while promoting judicious use of off-farm inputs. We have also embarked on using inclusive green growth tools, which is a framework for capacity building and measuring the levels of compliance for small, medium, and large-scale producers, as well as processors and agribusinesses. And in developing the tools, Tanzania collaborates with local NGOs and international organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund, CARE International, the Nature Conservancy, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature. This is largely championed under the Southern Agricultural Corridor of Tanzania, SACCOT. Fifth, we have also scaled up investment in agricultural research and education, and this involves working closely with universities and agricultural research institutions to develop advanced farming techniques, pesticides, high-yield seeds, promoting agribusinesses, and encouraging the youth to take interest in agriculture. We are also leveraging PPPs, especially in construction of irrigation schemes, provisional extension services, training and retooling of extension staff, as well as promotion of farmer-to-farmer learning. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, despite the successes highlighted, there are still some unresolved challenges, especially low production and productivity. Furthermore, like many other countries, Tanzania remains vulnerable to adverse effects of climate change, pest outbreaks, and soil degradation. Other challenges include limited access to right technologies, underfunding of scientific research, and limited value addition. Inadequate financing of food value chains is also still a major constraint, mainly due to high costs of borrowing for the agriculture sector. And additionally, women and youth tend to be the most financially excluded segments of the population. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my firm conviction that such challenges can and must be resolved with transformative ideas from this summit. Allow me to lay out just 4 areas for your consideration in subsequent discussions. First, on the supply side, I think Africa needs to harness existing scientific knowledge, including indigenous technology, to produce and process enough food for its people and for the global markets. And therefore, African governments should take requisite measures to provide small-scale farmers with affordable inputs, knowledge, skills, and finance to enhance productivity along food value chains. We also need to scale up digitalization and financing of scientific research. We must also appreciate that our youth and women are central to our food systems and need to harness their growing numbers and ensure they benefit from their sweat and innovativeness. In particular, we should endeavor to make agriculture enticing to the younger generation through the use of modern technology, easy access to land, startup capital, and markets, particularly targeting activities like horticulture, which pay off relatively quickly. Second, I think there is need to put an end to exploitative practices to the farmers by enforcing the use of standard weights and measures, as well as banning forward market practices in order to protect the farmers. And in Tanzania, we have successfully overcome such malpractices in a number of value chains such as meat, and rice, and beans, but we still need to extend it to other agro-produce. Third, food systems transformation needs a multi-sectoral development approach, including easing supply chains and movement of food commodities. I therefore urge African countries to honor the regional trade arrangements, and in particular, the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, by complying with trade protocols and removing non-tariff barriers. The growth of our private sector and its success in the regional and global markets hinge on how supportive our policies are. And lastly, peace and security are important prerequisites for functioning food systems. Millions of displaced people and refugees in Africa and in the world have had their lives and food production capacities disrupted. These are farmers and livestock keepers who used to be self-reliant, but because of wars and conflicts, they suffer the indignity of depending on the generosity and goodwill of others. And this must stop. We should embrace peaceful ways of resolving conflict and ensure peace and security prevail in our continent and other parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, I now have the honor and pleasure to announce that the Africa Food Systems Summit, the 2023 summit, is officially open, and I'm now ready to proceed with the launching